Well, good evening, greetings, and salutations. This is Passionate Bliss, and I'm here again tonight with questions, comments, useless facts about me. But first, go to my YouTube channel, Passionate Bliss. Comment, like, subscribe, share, and hit the thumbs up button whenever you hear something that you like, okay? This is a relationship channel, and so, again, I'm talking about relationships between men and women, and trying to reconnect us, in particular, black men and women, because there are things that have divided us, and I see a division that's growing that I want to talk about with you. Okay, and one of the things that we talked about last week was desperation, women not being desperate to the point that they repel men, and also I wanted to speak today to men not being desperate to the point that they repel women, because sometimes they've been alone for a while, and it seems like maybe are you a man who um, can't keep a woman interested? You can get her attention, but it seems to drift off after a while. She stops answering calls. You find out she's dating somebody else. Okay. Are you a man who women just don't seem like they're taken seriously when they're dating them? You can't get them to really, make you a priority. Okay. And so I wanted to suggest maybe there are 5 things that you want to look out for to make sure that you're not doing that will repel women or make you seem desperate to women. Okay. And kind of scare them. But my quote for today is this: you may be desperate, but never let anyone see you as anything other than a man of cultivation. Okay? And so, my uh, point number one is this. Okay. Um, Being too easy to please, or looking like you're too easy to please, or too complimentary. Like women do like compliments. They like to be told they look nice. Maybe they smell nice. But if your compliments are always about, that she looks sexy, she looks good, she's, hot, she's, her dress looks great. Um, Things that don't actually show any substance. Those things, trying to please her in ways that don't have substance, being too eager to compliment. After a while, it seems insincere, and it just seems like you're, just interested in the physical or the outside, which makes her think, okay, he's trying to get, laid or whatever. Okay, and so being too easy to please, that may be a red flag to some women, not necessarily to me, though, to be honest. Except if you're too physical, then I think, no, this is a physical man. Okay, and so number two, um, being too focused on sex. That is a dead turn off, a very dead turn off. Every time she talks to you, the conversation gets around to sex. How sexy she look, how sexy you look, how good you are in bed, how good you bet she is in bed. You look like a perverted horn dog. And so you scare her off. Even if she was interested in having one conversation to see what your capabilities were, you're gonna scare her off with that like some kind of crazy horn dog. And so, no, she's not going to be answering your texts or your phones because that's to me a limited conversation anyway. There's only so much you can say, you know. And women historically know that those who brag the most usually perform the worst. So, if you're talking too much about sex to her, she's going to lose interest really quickly. Um, Even if you do actually get it to that point, you booty calling her, she's going to ignore you after a while. Even if that's where she was at that point in time, but it's not going to last very long. Okay. Number three, being too possessive too soon. That actually kind of scares women. You call her or text her, she didn't answer you back. Or maybe she's going out with friends, co-workers, a group of guys and girls that you don't know, and you calling her and texting her the whole time she's out, or you showing up there, like you were in the area and stuff. That's kind of stalkerish. Are you stalking her text, stalking her Facebook, stalking her, Instagram? After a while, you look stalkerish and you're going to get blocked. And even if it was something that was potentially good, too much too soon, you don't have to do all that because, the more that you show interest in her and what she's about and what you can actually accomplish together, she's going to want to spend more time with you. She's going to give you the time on her own. She's going to seek you out more. But if you start being too possessive too early, and then, she's going to cut you off and and say that you were kind of weird or whatever or stalkerish and look for ways to tell you to get on. Okay, so let me see. Number four, being too cheap. Too cheap. Okay. Number one, it makes you look like you are financially unstable, financially insecure. You asking her who's paying for lunch. Are we going Dutch or what at the table? You invited her out, and nobody's saying you have to take her any place elaborate or expensive, but you don't even want to take her out for dinner. You trying to come up to her house and Netflix and chill. Oh, let me come on your house and cook for you. Come on my house and you cook for me. Why are you trying to get in her house? You know, that is a big flag right there. I don't know if you guys are being cheap, you know, trying to save money or what. Or you know, it does come off as if you maybe got a girlfriend you're trying to hide her from, or you trying to keep her from being seen in the public with you. So that's going to turn her off quick. She's not going to give you much time. You know, after a few weeks or months at the most. You know, you trying to get her to and for God's sake, don't try to do the lost wallet routine. That's a very quick, I'll never see you again routine. So hopefully you enjoyed that meal. I have a tendency to leave, to say I'm going to the bathroom and leave, actually, if that happens. Or I'll be like, I didn't bring my wallet either. We'll be sitting there until somebody finds something, you know. Or I'll figure something out. But for God's sake, don't try that. So if you come off as too cheap, or you're not trying to date her and be respectable with her, definitely you're going to get cut off. She'll replace you. Let's see. 5, talking about exes in an ugly way. That is a repellent to women as well. Okay, because she, number 1, looks like you got baggage. Number 2, you look bitter, and number 3, the way you talk about her is the way she can expect it. You're gonna talk about her. Okay, if you're calling your ex a bitch and who did this and who did that, it's not long before she knows that you're gonna be calling her a bitch and talking about her. And also, you can present to her the image that you don't take responsibility. You blame it all on her. She did this, she did that, she didn't do that, she didn't do that, and that's why she couldn't keep a man. All this kind of stuff. No accountability on your part. Those are things that repel women because they can see what's going on underneath. Okay, so guys, those are my 5 ways for you to try to not repel women or seem desperate or seem like you're just not ready financially or whatever. Okay, so we'll go from there, and as the week goes on, we'll discuss other topics that kind of separate men and women, because I want us to be separate, want us to be put back together. Okay, and in a few months, I hope my t-shirt line will finally be ready. Okay, I'm having designer issues, and then we'll have my talk show where I have the male and the female, and we'll both be representing. Okay, and so I get to hear your side at the same time. Okay, and so with that being said, y'all have sweet dreams. Wait to find them all real.